This race is literally the same length of an Xfinity race. It's 125 laps to the end. That's how long the Xfinity race is at Michigan. Ty Gibbs was in the Xfinity race Saturday, and he got loose in front of John Hunter Nemechek, his teammate. Got sideways. Nemechek could stay off, and he had his other teammate up his ass. They all spin. Nemechek and Gibbs are fine. They don't hit nothing. Gibbs comes speeding back out under caution on the track and like pulls up to John Hunter Nemechek, flipping him off, waving at him. And then Dale Jr.'s quick to point out, well, I'm pretty sure I saw Ty Gibbs wreck 2 teammates last year for wins.
Oh, but that's okay.
That's okay. But you got loose in front of one of yours, now you're mad. He wrecked John Hunter for a win at Richmond last year, and he wrecked Brandon Jones at Martinsville in the playoffs for a win. The fucked up thing about the Brandon Jones one was Ty Gibbs was locked into the Final Four. Brandon Jones, his teammate, was not. Brandon Jones needed to win. Ty Gibbs fucking wrecked him. That took a Gibbs car out of the Final Four.
And fans,
Idiot.
NASCAR and the Premier Partners want to thank you. Visit NASCAR.com/thank
I was like,
you
whatever,
fans
man.
to
You're a
learn
piece of
how
shit.
you can win an exclusive diamond experience just for
I
being
blame
a
Joe
fan of
Gibbs for
NASCAR.
that.
And you missed all the Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin drama.
Apparently I did.
Sports.
Hamlin ran Larson 5 lanes up at Pocono, put him in the wall. And then after, oh, that's his fault. He shouldn't have listed. Like, you can literally see on the replay you touched him. Said, I gave him the option, he could have let me go. With 3 laps to go? No, I'm not letting you go. Fuck you.
Fuck no.
I gave you like 6, 7 lanes. You know how wide Pocono is off
Yes, it's
Turbo 1?
very wide.
It's like, whatever, dude. You're a bitch. And Denny Hamlin, I never touched him. I never touched him. And there's a video showing you absolutely touched him. And him and Larson are buddies. They're like really close friends. Not now. Larson's like, I ain't talking to him.
They should
jump right back into action.
How you do that to one of your buddies? Like, I get it. You're racing hard for the win.
But
You can do it with respect.
Yeah, you don't just get on his door and run him.
You just don't
5 lanes
hit
up the
a guy and
track
put him on
into
the wall.
Like,
It's the same shit Hamlin did to Chase at Charlotte, and then Chase lost his mind and wrecked him for it. And that's why Chase has spent. Hamlin does this shit all the time now. And Hamlin's crew chief immediately goes, Kyle Larson's a fucking crybaby. He called Larson a crybaby. So you see how Larson races people? And Larson after was like, I've never raced any Hamlin like that because he's my friend. I've never done anything to him, but he's wrecked me twice this year now for wins. The Kansas win when Hamlin hit him, Larson was really loose and cut up in front of Denny, so it was, but Hamlin just ran through him. But now Larson's like, okay, that's 2 now that I should have won that you've wrecked me out of. Doesn't matter if the first one was an accident. That second one was on purpose.
so now the first one counts.
What's up, Karen?
The second one was on purpose.
Yep. You can get away with one. You start doing it 2 or 3 times, guys are going to get pissed off.
Exactly.
Blaney almost fought Corey LaJoy during the run delay yesterday. Corey dive bombs Blaney, clears him, but didn't pull up, and Blaney got back in the gas, ran on the outside, and Corey just fucking hit him, knocked them both in the wall. It didn't really hurt their cars, but Blaney's waving his hand up and going, what the fuck's your problem? It hits him on the straightaway. During the rain delay, they were talking, and at first I was like, okay, they're talking it out.
Yeah, they're talking.
And then they said like the conversation ended. Well, now they're back talking to each other, and Blaney's got his arms folded, and it's really intense. And they were just, Blaney's bitching him out. So they didn't throw any punches, but I could tell Blaney was escalating it. Of like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. All right, go fuck yourself. One of those deals. You know, the fuck you, no, fuck you, no, fuck you.
No, fuck you.
No, fuck you. The Gordon Ramsay, my favorite Gordon Ramsay moment, and I've mentioned this a million times on stream. When the ladies, he's like, "What are you doing, you fucking donut?" And she goes, "Oh, fuck me." And he goes, "Excuse me, fuck me, fuck you." She said, "Fuck me" to herself, and he goes, "Fuck me, fuck you."
I love Gordon.
Get the fuck out.
Everybody, as Jeff mentioned, talk about track position, going to be so critical. But there's also points to consider. So expect some teams to come pit right here and take the fuel to make sure they can make it to the end of stage 2. Those who do not will be a little bit short. They're banking on a caution. But hey, if you're racing
based on what we saw yesterday, you're going to see some cautions.
Expect Chris Gale and Ty Gibbs to be one of those teams to come down.
Guys are just driving crazy. Kyle Busch said when he wrecked, he was mad at Blaney. Now, it really wasn't Blaney's fault. Kyle drove in. Blaney was way up the track. Kyle chased him up the track, wrecked himself. But Kyle was like, yeah, years ago, if you're that much faster and it's early in the race, the guy's going to let you go. And Kyle's like, I forgot what year it was, so Blaney just drove off in there and didn't get anything and wrecked me. So,
we normally
You know how it is
ourselves
now.
in, and
It's
we
not like it used to
talked
be.
about the commitment it's going to take on this
This
restart.
ain't your
Do you
grandpappy's
trust these
NASCAR.
tires? Do
You know.
trust these one-day-old scuffed tires to hold the car the way you need it to?
It's not your pappy's NASCAR for sure.
I'd be selling the old format, Jeff. Where, hey, remember when
Everybody's a dick through the entirety of the race now.
Yeah, Saturday. These are just like that. They should be fine.
The field is so far spread out.
My
NASCAR
other damn
said
sandwich.
they were not opening
I'm having to
pit
chase
road
my
for the
sandwich
first
through the
time
bag.
in
I know, Yuki. I was waiting for you to get on stream. Red Dead's on the Switch, and it comes out in like less than 2 weeks. That's crazy. They dropped that shit. It's like, oh, by the way, Red Dead's coming out on the Switch and PS4, PS5.
Crowd yesterday since 2015.
It's not a full-blown remaster,
Last 9 years, I think that's
but
what's
it needed to be updated and put on current systems. Because right now, the only way to play Red Dead is having one of those or one of those.
It is, man. It's not just Michigan. Pocono was packed. Nashville packed. The Chicago street course.
So yeah, I know what I'm doing on my Texas trip now because it comes out the day before I leave.
Had a great crowd. See little things in a race like this. You know, a lot of teams thought you might be coming down pit road the first time by. We heard Marty say you might need to save a little fuel. This is a lap. Absolutely, this is one lap. If you just got saved under caution, you're burning caution fuel, and that's way less fuel than you burn under green. So little small things make a big difference.
There's what's left of Bell's car.
I'm sorry, Junior, go ahead.
Christopher Bell here on pit road, who is
He stayed overnight to come out here and run that piece of shit.
Still working on this race car. We've watched the team. They've had a whole evening now to prepare on how they're going to fix this race car, what they want to do. What are they doing down there, Marty?
Yeah, so what teams will do is they'll take pictures of it, right, Steve? And they'll go, okay, here's our plan, because as Rick mentioned earlier, under red flag.
When I stream Red Dead again, it'll be the PS4, PS5 version.
We're able to take pictures of it, but they were not able to really plan
Switch
out
version's just for
anything
me.
beyond that or touch the race car. So they had a plan coming in here.
My capture
Now,
card won't work.
suspension-wise, chassis-wise, car is fine, but as you can see, that body completely destroyed. So
I got a Popeye's chicken sandwich, bro.
for the win, who spun out as we showed you earlier yesterday. Now they're
Figured
gonna
I'd take
work on
advantage of
some that
Anthony
body
being here and not pay DoorDash, although Popeyes ain't on DoorDash yet. Which is a crime against humanity, because I start working from home in like less than a month.
Yeah.
I'm going to want some Popeyes.
Look where they're working. They're not working too hard on the outside of the body. They're underneath that diffuser, right? So that's where they think the aerodynamics need to be improved. Now,
As far as my Dollar General situation goes, I see light at the end of the tunnel. I hope it's not a train.
I think that's a great call. One of the best cars yesterday. Really a split decision. We'll call it 50-50 maybe.
Breathe, man, breathe.
Pit road. Kim.
And you see Tyler Reddick making his way onto pit road. He stopped. Their plan was to top off there. Also, Alex Bowman here.
You can top me off.
They get to the end of the stage to grab those stage points. They think it is still.
Remember, if you know what I mean, on Who's Line? Hey, you see that female pole out there? I like to pass her the baton, if you know what I mean.
Speaking of that, I've been watching Whose Line Is It Anyway on YouTube, like just watching the fun of it. And one you mean one thing I've been watching.
Nothing like a 300-pound beep, if you know what I mean. That's never going to make it to air, if you know what I mean. I can't remember what he said. No, it was a clean and jerk. He said nothing like a 300-pound clean and jerk, if you know what I mean. It's never going to make it to air, if you know what I mean. I love when they just go, and they'd always laugh. They just run out of shit to say.
Yep.
Because we looked through every bit of tape and we couldn't find this moment that damaged the front of this car.
You are dead to me. Nothing but scum. When I think of you, I get inflammation of the bum. I loathe you. Ryan comes over and just goes. Remember when Chip jumped on Ryan's back? And Ryan is really tall and has back problems. Oh my God. Ryan, that disc just popped right back in.
The other thing is the gap between the splitter and the nose at speed would open up, creating a tremendous amount of drag. So that tape you see there is really to just try to
Michael
seal the air.
McDowell.
They want the air to go under the car like it should, in the radiator.
We're talking about anything but the race, but we're still riding around under caution. Now I'm eating a chicken sandwich, so.
New holes and pieces, but really a bizarre situation.
They'll be calling me.
34.
Middle afternoon.
And so the field
I don't know you, and I'm watching the race.
working their way another lap here. They have not made the choose yet as far as which lane they will restart with, so they'll go around at least one more time before we see the green.
And to your point, Jeff, Truex is loving this. Right?
Truex stayed out. Well, we're all fucked now. He might get shuffled back again later because these strategies are going. Guys are pitting at different times.
So it's going to have to run, over 50 laps to get to the end of the stage. But with these yellows, I hope they feel good about it because they're still in the racetrack.
Yeah, they feel great, and they really wanted clean air. That car, yes, was good in track. He was able to pick people off yesterday, but absolutely
best car for sure.
He was the dominant car, led 32 laps. So
shocked to see he's never won at Michigan.
Position play on that team, and they think they made the right decision, Marty.
Boy, Kim, it's been a rough go for Ross Chastain since the win at Nashville. 5 straight finishes outside of 13th or worse, so not very
See
good
that picture I shared of Aaron Rodgers in his Jets uniform? And my friend Alex said he looks like the Green Martian from the Flintstones.
And we talked about all these extra caution laps. Phil Surgeon
It is so
just
weird
told Ross
seeing Aaron
Chastain
Rodgers
with these extra caution laps.
He's on his Brett Favre career path. Identical.
But we should be good to the end of stage 2.
And Marty, Ross Chastain yesterday.
Of course, he gets to be under Robert Saleh, not Eric Mangina like Favre was.
Darting. Like he would make aggressive moves. And Steve, you mentioned it. They were making.
What's up, Michael? You guys remember when Eric Mangini had a cameo on The Sopranos? That's how optimistic Jets fans were. Mangini had just gotten the job in an episode of Sopranos. Hey, it's Coach Mangini over there. Oh, nice to meet you. It's like, wow. He was there for, what, a year?
I know, right? 16. Well, he was on pit road. It was gas only the last time on pit road. No new tires, so.
Choosing the lane that they will restart in.
You can see right there.
See row 3, Keselowski Busher? They dominated Richmond last week. Busher ended up winning. Brad led the most laps, but screwed up on pit road, finished 6th.
The preferred lane, especially in the front of the pack. In mid-pack, it's chaos back there. It's just whatever lane gets going. But in the front, just a couple rows, the guy on the bottom kind of gets bogged down. He can't get good momentum going. So Eric Jones actually
Last restart last week with 4 laps to go. Leader picks the lane. Outside had been the best lane all day. And Busher's crew chief goes, pick the bottom, because Denny Hamlin's second, and he's going to get inside you and do what he did to Larson at Pocono. So Busher picked the bottom and didn't give Hamlin the chance to fuck him over.
We'll watch that.
I was like, yeah, outside was better, but what are you going to do when Denny just drives off in the corner and runs you up the track?
Exactly.
So, they took a chance. They got on the bottom. Denny spun the tires a little bit, caught back up to Busher, and then completely missed turn 1 the next lap, and Busher drove away.
A little frustrated was Alex Bowman. He had the inside line and watched Kyle Larson.
Michael, I need to watch Sopranos because I love Goodfellas. I love shit like that. And I know like 80% of the cast from Goodfellas is in the Sopranos at different points.
They're telling him there are some sprinkles in turn 1, so safety.
It's raining.
Have an issue where the track
It's just enough to be a nuisance. There's no rain on the radar.
Exactly.
I'm fucking thirsty. Chicken sandwich set my mouth on fire. 1 to go. Fuck 'em. If they wreck, they wreck.
lights going back off on the pace car. 2x2 once again.
go back on board of Bubba Wallace's car. A lot of people ask me all the time, how do you stay hydrated? What do you do to keep fluids in you during the race? You see that on the right side door bar, that bag that's moving back and forth. That's actually holds fluid in there. Bubba Wallace can reach down there, grab that hose, and it's got a bite valve on it. And that's how you replenish your fluids throughout the day.
Yeah, a lot
You
of
ever
times
see
when
Eddie
you take
Murphy
that hose
talking
and
about
run it to
Prince?
the back
Somebody
of the
asked him,
seat,
what do you think
take
of
it
Prince's
to the
new music? And Eddie was like,
shoulder
look, man,
harness,
I love Prince.
be laying right
Prince
there
could just
on
come
your
out and
chest
stand on
all
stage
race.
and do this.
Looks like a much better
And I'd be like,
situation that's out of his way. Get tangled up in anything going on when you're trying to tighten belts and pulling on those things.
I can't think of Prince without thinking of the Chappelle Show skit where Dave Chappelle is dressed as Prince playing
20 cars
basketball.
still trying to work on the body damage, and you can see it's important that they get
Yeah, I saw what Noah Gregson said when he got suspended. Look,
all the air it can.
he thought it was funny that somebody got murdered in the
Some of
street.
damage on the right side,
That's
on the
a bad
jet
look for
area
sponsors.
that's
So they're like, yeah, get
right
the fuck
in front
out. I
of
think
the
Jimmy
floor,
Johnson
so
was the one that made the call to
trying
send
to
his
give
ass
him
home.
the best opportunity they can to be as comfortable as possible. He's not going to be fast, not going to go out there and win this race. But
And drivers are saying
This is hell on earth.
more precipitation.
This is almost as bad as
Lights come
Texas.
back on the pace car.
Texas 2020 didn't finish till Wednesday.
mentioned it on that 20.
Lest we forget the 72 hours at Texas, I called it.
Diffuser, there's a
You know they have 24-hour roll-ups race. That's the 72 hours at Texas.
flap on the
That shit went on and on. I remember finally, I had to work Tuesday. I said, I'm going to miss it, but it's Texas. It's going to suck anyway. So I'm at work all day Tuesday, painting a house in the middle of nowhere with no signal. And I go, what's happening in the wreck? It's not happening? And then I was off the next day and could watch it. So I remember thinking I was going to miss that race.
Qualifying took place. Christopher Bell had the fastest car, and really the fastest car that we have seen since 2020. The fastest qualifying lap that had been turned in 3 years. Over 193 miles per hour on average around this track, and they continue to work on that car.
You guys remember when Marcus Ambrose won the pole here, and his average speed was like 204? That was nuts. It was over 200.
Keep it closed. You see some tape there hanging off the bottom of it, but the damage must be so severe that
I love the sound of those engines when they're just sitting there.
They're still trying to work on
sound good.
Get this thing as good as they can.
Ozzy to listen to for some background noise.
I've been listening to a lot of Ozzy lately. I made my Ozzy Osbourne album tier list, and I feel very strongly about it. Let's take a look at it now. We have, well, they're coming to the green. We'll get back to that.
So one thing that's happened here,
We'll look at my Ozzy tier list here in a little bit.
They did it because they were afraid they didn't have enough fuel. Then you got all these cautions. So as it turned out, they came down pit road and probably got no advantage.
Yeah, that's a good word to describe the current NASCAR engines. Crispy.
Very small advantage.
It's like a low rumbling. The old engines were like, "Wah!" Give you fucking hearing damage. These are lower. They rumble. They're pretty much just as loud, but they rumble. Oh my God, we're back to it. I was not prepared to actually watch a race now. What do we do? When the first place you see it online, what do we do? I hope Bubba wins. He finished second in the first stage.
Top two. I'm door to door.
You should be. Cindric is having a really good race. Cindric ran top 10 the whole race yesterday. Look at him now. Go, Bubba, go! Go, Bubba, go! And Brad's going to give him a push. Bubba! Taking the lead. Get out in front of that 19 car. Don't let him get out front. This weird phenomenon at Michigan. You remember at like Daytona, the whole field stays together? At Michigan, the front car will drive away while the rest of the field stays on top of each other. It's so strange.
trying to hold them up as much as possible.
Denny Hamlin in the 11, also running that lower line. Eric Jones has fallen back to 5th or 6th now.
Here comes Eric Jones.
Eric Jones having a really good race.
Down the back straightaway.
Keselowski blocking him all the way down to that white line, but Jones makes the pass.
Eric Jones has won Darlington twice. And he talked about, he said, Darlington's the first race of the playoffs. Can we make it the last race before the playoffs? Because I think I can win it and get in. It's like, yeah, he'd love that if Darlington was 1 week early.
Nobody wants to get blocked on the bottom. Denny Hamlin now in that green car. He's on the bottom, but he's got to find a way to get.
Denny Hamlin once again driving his NASCAR 2005 career mode sponsor car. Mavis tires and brakes.
Good grip for Denny Hamlin. He was able to stay right on the bottom and gain a little bit of ground on Keselowski, but now not the same momentum as the cars that were on his outside as he falls back just a bit. Suarez there holding his spot.
Had to get out of gas big time right there with Suarez on his outside.
Once again, the RFK cars are identical. They ran 1-2 all day at Richmond last week. They're 5th and 6th now. Or 6th and 7th, excuse me.
Bubba Wallace now under attack.
God, Truex is good.
His car is insane.
But I know Bubba can. Bubba was going to win this last year. If he got a caution late last year, he was going to win. He didn't win because Joey Logano cucked him like an ass. Harvick did that thing I talked about where the leader at Michigan would take off. Here comes Bubba with a fast car. Joey just raced the shit out of him. Well, let Bubba go, and if he catches Harvick, you might catch back up. But nah, Joey raced Bubba like an ass, and Harvick just drove off. And then Bubba didn't get the caution and ended up second. So I'm not surprised to see Bubba doing really well here.
I don't know if he can hold off.
It's going to be hard to hold Truex off. You're just going to have to copy his line. Like right there. Tight for Truex. I saw yesterday Truex was not that good off turn 2. better than everybody everywhere else. Anybody else would have passed Bowman, but of course Larson's his teammate. So he's like, I'm going to shove you by. If you can block Truex off turn 2, you can hold him off. You just can't make a mistake anywhere else.
Bowman's going to have to get right back behind his 41 cars. He fails to pass him on the front straightaway. Here comes the 5 to the inside. He's able to clear Bowman down into turn 1. He'll
Dead even off of 2.
Actually, he does it to 48. Comes on the outside. He's going to take that spot back, Marty.
As you watch the battle further back, also the battle for the lead. To answer your question, Rick, yes,
excuse me.
There were enough caution laps for those that did not hit.
Michael, you get 65 if Reddick wins, and I get 10% for being your manager.
All the way to the end of stage 2. Unless you're out front like Bubba Wallace, that is a 2-lap penalty for leading out front. You burn so much more fuel, Steve, when you're out front leading the race than you do further back in the pack. So leading is great, but it's also a penalty for your fuel.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you're pushing the air. I mean, the 19 would like to have clean air in the corners, but right here down the straightaway, the 19 is like following a tractor trailer down the interstate. The 23 is breaking the air. He's kind of just towing along with them. See Eric Jones closing in this lead battle in that 43 car. They're having an incredible run today.
Is that the sun I see?
In this race, the last time we were here,
It'd be great if it was.
his last top 5 finish.
Yesterday they were interviewing Kyle Busch and Austin Dillon during the first rain delay, and it was pouring rain, and then halfway through the interview it stopped and the sun came out. Like middle of the interview. And they were like, wow, we started this interview holding umbrellas, now it's really bright and sunny.
The progressive telemetry of Mark Truex Jr. saw 200 miles an hour as he entered turn 1. What will we see here into turn 3? 195, 196.
The other thing is, watch his throttle. He's actually a little bit apart throttle at the end of the back stretch. We'll watch down the front stretch. Wide open here, but will he kind of roll out a little early to save some gas? It looked like he did on the back straightaway. Yeah, there you go. 3/4 throttle.
At least Michigan's been returned to its former glory. The first few years after the repave, it was like Kentucky. Table. Stop, table, stop. There we go.
The draft just pull him up to that 100.
You guys start playing GTA Online with me and Dylan and Alex and my friend D-Rad. We got a whole group now. We do all kinds of fun shit. Yesterday it was just me and Alex, so we played fucking tennis. Tennis and golf. Golf is fun. I love playing golf in GTA.
And he also does it with his brain, and that's a great example right there. Understanding the situation he's in, sitting there in second place, trying to save a little fuel, keep himself in position. His eye is on the big prize here. It's winning the race. It's not leading this particular lap.
Now we'll look at the telemetry on Bubba Wallace, the lead car. He took not full down the straightaway. That is really interesting.
Watch it get strung out now to go green, and Bubba will run out of gas for the end of the stage. They just told Bubba he's 1 lap short. If he gets a caution, they're fine. He might be able to save a lap, but you got to think, though, if you're 1 lap short, you still got to ride around under caution for like 3 laps after that. So he should just trade the lead with Truex.
That's what I would do.
That's an IndyCar thing. You see that in IndyCar a lot in Indianapolis 500. It's like, I'll let you lead for a bit and I'll save gas, and I'll lead and you save gas. It's very IndyCar. Yuki, I'm just happy I don't have to wait for Red Dead to come out on the Switch. It's literally next week.
Not just the speed of their car, but also managing tires and fuel burn. It's amazing what these guys can do at 199 miles an hour.
Bubba led a career-high 80 laps last week at Richmond and continues to add to his.
Are people going to keep lying to me and say Bubba sucks?
And they're already conserving fuel.
He just here because he's black.
To the end of stage 2, which is 27 laps.
Fucking woke liberal agendas infected NASCAR.
No.
But no, he's actually pretty good. His struggles is road courses and the mental aspect of it all. He has everything else he needs to be great.
Well, also his team constantly.
Oh, his pit crew's been awful last week. He could have won last week. You heard they say he led 80 laps. He was dominating the race and fucked him on pit road. Never got it back because Keselowski and Buescher didn't fuck up. Buescher especially didn't fuck up. Yeah, slow pit stop, and next thing you know, you come out like 5th on a long green flag run, and that's bad on a long green run to go from 1st to 5th. A lot of guys gave it away last week. Reddick could have won, Bubba could have won, Brad could have won, but I think Buescher was probably going to end up winning regardless because he was that good. You know, every week we're talking Gibbs and Hendrick, Gibbs and Hendrick. Now, last week it was 23-11 and RFK the whole race. Those were the 4 best cars. Hendrick sucked so bad last week. Stewart Haas, all 4 cars finished 11th or better.
For the first time.
That is... God, it's certainly not been any time this year because the 14 and 41 have been so bad. Now Harvick's starting to fall. Harvick wasn't that good last week, but he still managed to get a top 10. Yeah, Harvick was the weakest Stewart Haas car last week, and he still finished top 10. And obviously 17th, 18th, 19th, and Briscoe's behind them. So Stewart Haas is back to their regularly scheduled shit show. Yeah. I'm going to try to hold this lead and hold out for a caution, but when it hits 10 to go, I'm going to let you have it. Although Bubba wants to win the stage. He needs points. So it's a tough call. You know, if this work-at-home job works out, I'm going to some different races next year. I'm going to go to Talladega next year if this works out. I want to go to Talladega, and I want to go to Michigan. I want to see some different shit. I go to the best race. Hell, Martinsville, Bristol, Darlington, Charlotte. Doesn't get any better than that, but I want to see some other stuff. My God, they're 3-1.
Imagine flying out to Michigan to watch it.
I want to go to Daytona. I figure Daytona 500 is a long shot next year, but maybe I'll go to the summer race. Perhaps. But I already told Dylan, we're flying and we're getting a rental car. We're not driving. Once you fly once, you're like, fuck driving. It is a 30-minute flight to Atlanta. And I've been like, I should fly to a Falcons game. Get there in 30 minutes.
Wow, 30 minutes?
Oh, it's that fast.
30 minutes.
4-hour drive, 30-minute flight.
I'm taking the 30-minute flight.
Absolutely. Dude, when I always have a layover in Atlanta because I fly Delta, and I have one going to Texas. We fly out of Greenville or Asheville, right? It's like we'll be landing in Atlanta in about 20 minutes, and the plane doesn't even get up to speed. It's like they're coasting. The moment you lift off, they get there, you're coasting. Because, like, yeah, Atlanta's like right over there. Oddly, on the way back from Texas, I have a layover in Detroit. Yeah. My flight there goes Charlotte, Atlanta, Dallas, and then on the way back, Dallas, Detroit, Charlotte. I love my layovers in Atlanta, though. I love that airport.
Well, I wish you luck in Detroit.
At least I'm not leaving the airport. I'm in the most secure place in Detroit because no motherfucker can get in there without going through TSA.
Okay, well.
Oh, lead change.
Don't get too curious while you're
Yeah. Truex, I'm assuming Bubba let him have it. Although turn 4 is Truex's best part of the track in this race, it seems. Look how much he drove off just by getting out front. Gone.
Good luck.
Bubba says his car's going free. Truex's car stays the same. I ain't seen one bobble out of Truex except when he gets behind somebody in their dirty air and makes him get tight. Other than that, he's just stable.
All Bubba needs is a little bit of an adjustment, some gas, and I think he might be able to make.
And they better not screw up his track position.
That too.
They're gonna have to get. Wow. Dirty air. That was the air coming off of Almirola's car that threw Briscoe's car to the right. And people tell me NASCAR's easy. It's not their live.
It's not as easy as Sweet Daddy D makes it out to be.
When Bubba was on I Am Athlete with Brandon Marshall and Chad Ochocinco, they were being very open-minded. They've become NASCAR fans, especially Chad, because Chad already liked Formula One. And they're talking about our NASCAR drivers athletes. And it's like, yeah, we're athletes in a sense. And one of the guys, I can't remember who it was. He used to play for the Jaguars. long time ago. Can't remember his fucking name. He was kind of skeptical. NASCAR ain't that hard. That's easy. You just driving out there, turning left. And Bubba was like, okay, I'm going 185 to 190 miles an hour. I got cars all around me going just as fast, and I've got to navigate the air off the car in front of me. And also not wear myself out and fall out of the seat by the end of the race because it's physically very difficult to drive these things.
Especially in Charlotte.
And then I got to worry about when do I have to pit. Am I gonna fuck up and speed on pit road? Oh, Priest just hit the wall.
Well, this is what Bubba wanted.
That's what Bubba needed. Wishing they held on to that lead now.
So let's see if Bubba's pit crew can actually do what they're paid to do.
You're gonna stay out here and save gas and then pit at the end of the stage.
Is he gonna have the gas to do that?
Oh, this caution. If you're a lap short, you'll save it under caution.
Didn't get into the fence at all, but
All right.
So they needed this caution. They got it.
that's the second tire.
That's another right rear tire that
Rear tire we see
failed.
today failed. This was an issue with this car. last
It's got to
year.
be a tire
I feel
pressure
like a lot
or
of
setup
teams
problem.
understood what to do.
Same thing happened to Chase. How did he not wreck?
Today,
Chase's right rear went. He was just like whoop around into the wall.
you know, getting close to that sort of, you know,
Chase said there was no warning.
getting close on air pressure that may be.
It's an air pressure thing.
Cars trying to find speed in this car.
It was a lot better result than what happened with Chase Elliott yesterday.
Well, either timing, awareness, got a little fortunate to field, but great job, as Dale pointed out, that Ryan Priest did not to have more damage. Marty.
Yeah, you can see that right rear down for Ryan Priest, and they had debated on trying to stay out and not lose any extra time here, but then said, hey, the damage just too
I
much
wouldn't want to
here.
be the jack
They
man.
didn't tear up that right rear
That's the
down
hardest
there.
job.
So, Steve, what is going on? We saw Chase
I'll be a
Elliott
gas
Let me
man.
be the fuel guy.
Yeah, I'll be the fuel guy. Or back in the day, I'd be the catch can guy. You don't remember catch can guys since they got rid of them before you started watching.
About air pressure, but first let's cover who comes to pit road and who doesn't.
I'm glad Bubba stayed out. It needs the points. It's gonna cost Bubba track position, but he needs the points. They can get it back. They're fast enough to get it back. So I would stay out here and win the stage too. I think this is the winning strategy though. The winner's gonna come from this group, unless a caution fucks that up later, which it almost certainly will. And by the way, if Hamlin wins, I get like $20. So if Hamlin or Larson wins, I get paid. So I got one car on each strategy, and Hamlin stalled it. Never mind. Ha ha! I still got Larson.
Hello?
Is this thing on?
Denny,
1, 2.
hello?
Is this on?
Dude, we got a race to run here.
Get this thing cranked
All
up.
right, let's just chill out in the middle of pit road. All right, perfect. All right, okay.
Probably switching
Tough
through,
scenes, but well deserved.
Absolutely.
or the engine
That's going to cost him regular season. Well, okay, he got it going. Either way, he's going to be at the back.
already done. 11 to Denny Hamlin came in running 5th. Everyone didn't come to pit road, but
Mavis,
the
tires
car
and
did,
brakes.
will be the last off.
Where the fuck even is Mavis?
I don't even know. I've never heard of that until this year.
Well, it's lying there, really, because
It just looks like a NASCAR 2005 fictional career mode
Yes,
sponsor.
it does. It looks
difficult
fake as
pit
fuck.
stop for the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Bubba.
Give me Red Dead on the Switch. I want it today.
Fuck it, I'm gonna look up Mavis.
Mavis tired. Yeah, Anthony, research that for me, please. It's like Joe Rogan. Hey, buddy, can you pull that up for me? I need a guy to research shit for me.
Okay, let's see. Mavis.
Tars and brakes.
Tars and brakes.
Tars.
Tars. How the fuck do we have one in Shelby?
We got one?
In Shelby?
Wow.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, what the fuck? Why do we have that?
I remember looking up where the closest Menards was, and it's like Kentucky or something. I was
Yeah, I
like,
remember you
damn.
saying
we
that.
ain't got any Menards around here. In-N-Out Burgers coming to Tennessee. I'm like, come on, get a little closer. Just a little closer.
You know that one fast food joint that's next to Starbucks?
Yep.
It's supposed to be a
Jersey Mike's. Yeah, I heard about
Yeah.
that. Sub in a tub, baby.
Already.
You remember the Richard T thing about the sub in a tub?
I don't think so.
Bernie said he went to get Jersey Mike's with Matt, the CEO. And he said, I like that thing. What do you got there? It's called a sub in a tub. And he says, I don't really like it, though. Why are you eating it? Well, I don't like it because they just give it to you. And Michael's like, ha ha ha! Like, Michael thought that was the funniest shit. He's like, yeah, there's no fanfare. And Bernie's like, yeah, next time I go to Jersey Mike's, I'm going to get in there before Matt and go to the people working the counter and go, hey, I'll give you $20 when this guy comes in, orange sub in a tub, making a big fucking deal. Michael goes, we got a sub in a tub! From the four corners of the earth, sub in a tub. He says, I want the guy behind the counter picking up the phone. Oh my God, it's happening. It's happening. I'm calling corporate. There's no fanfare. So what do you want him to do? Fanfare. So Matt's going to leave Rooster Teeth, become the new manager at our Jersey Mike's, and put a sign on the door, now with fanfare.
One more pit stop to the end of the race. So, you know, when we keep talking about track position, how do you get track position?
Sub in a tub.
Well, this is the way, right?
Yeah, I can pre-order Red Dead on the Switch.
They know everyone in front
Maybe I should do that.
Just
so I can feel happy that I got it. I gotta get the PlayStation version as well, so I gotta buy it twice. I don't mind. I'm about to start a really good, cushy-ass job that pays more than General. I can splurge a little. Just like I'm probably going to buy the PC version of Texas Chainsaw to take to Dallas with me, because Texas Chainsaw comes out the morning I go to Texas.
So is that just like a story game?
No, it's multiplayer. It's like Friday the 13th, but scarier. Scarier. 3 killers versus 4 survivors. Ooh, it's cool as shit. I watched the beta test of it. And I was like, I wish Classic Achievement Hunter was still together to play this, because they would have a blast. Michael, you're bringing back Rage Quit. How does it feel? Desperate times. The saddest thing I've ever heard in my life, because it's true. Desperate times. You fucking stupid bitch. He said that shit to Gavin during GTA once. You fucking stupid bitch.
I'm telling you, this guy, Alex Bowman, he's currently sitting at -20. He's riding 7th on the racetrack.
Remember at Cops and Crooks when Gavin hits the pole and the car gets perfectly stuck between the pole? Oh, come on! Ray says, how did this happen?
All the bubble cars are right here in front of him.
There'll be 13 to go once they take the green flag.
You are not fucking driving. You are not fucking driving. God damn it. Yes. Yes. Because he got in the helicopter first. You are not fucking driving.
Isn't that when he immediately breaks the damn thing and then like immediately lands?
I think
right
it is.
Back down?
They get like 2 feet off the ground and it breaks. Be careful racing Suarez. Oh! Austin Dillon. You have a tire go down, or did he just get punted?
Somebody got rid of some trash off their grill.
Be careful with Suarez. They call him Swervez for a reason. He ain't going to do it on purpose, but he needs points. Trackhouse had speed this week. Didn't Chastain qualify 3rd? So it makes sense that Suarez looks fast.
Suarez leading in Michigan.
There's a good restart for Bowman. Must have heard you, Steve.
This is just for points. All these guys are going to be behind Truex when they pit here.
Yep.
But everybody there needs points. That entire top 5 needs points. Oh, AJ. AJ, road courses are next week and the week after. Calm down. AJ can still point his way to the playoffs.
Come on, Larson. We need you, buddy.
I'm so glad AJ's back in Cup full time. He deserves it. I said it for years. I'm like, he needs to be back in Cup. He needs to be back in Cup. Just like Juan Montoya and Marcos, AJ's never really had a great car. He had a great car for about a third of a year and got suspended for popping an Adderall. Because he got randomly drug tested at Daytona in July that year. And, oh, you're on Adderall. You're suspended. Remember, AJ was driving the 22 and he was driving the Penske car.
Yeah, Junior, it was a right side tire that was down for Austin Dillon, so that's another one we can add.
Almost won Martinsville in the 22.
Caught it before it hit the wall, but they did come down and change the right side just a moment ago, as you mentioned, Junior.
Another team's trying to run.
Oh. Bubba's car, he's right. That thing's free. Not as stable as the others. Because I thought Bubba would smoke these guys here. Truex is already back in the top 10.
Of course.
How's the pit strategy looking? Everybody from 1st to 8th will have to pit at the end of the stage. Truex and Chastain and a bunch of others will stay out. So it looks like... Where's Truex's name? Truex, Blaney, Busher, and Reddick, and Cindric will stay out. But now Chastain and all these other guys have to pit. But everybody that stayed out needs points. Pretty much everybody. That top 4 especially.
On lap 104, now he's already up to the 8th position in that number 19. We would not expect him to be on pit.
It's enough to drive a man to eat some ghost pepper wings to cope with all this. Put it down, man. Put it down. Wreck him.
Jones here, he's up about 11 or 12 spots since the start. We're losing all of those positions on pit road. The 5 takes a spot away from Logano. Moving into 5th position behind his teammate Bowman. Truex getting another spot there around the 16.
Hamlin, after the problems on pit road, he's trying to get past
Spicy.
the 4 of Harvick. Harvick muscling by on the outside.
Well, Hamlin has
My shit's going to feel like lava later. Made that joke on my stream. I said, I like food that makes my shit burn.
He can carry enough exit speed from the bottom to pull up in lane and start catching the 5 car in front of him.
Holy
He's
shit,
the only one
Truex
that can just
is
slice up through the field like that. Everybody else is a
Holy
dogfight.
shit.
And it is Monday. He wins all the Monday races.
Able to have the grip and just roll right by him.
All right.
I don't see
Bye,
anybody else that has
Truex.
the ability to do what he can do.
No, that'd be a chat I'd have
His
to have with my
car
driver to
is
be
so
like, hey man, look,
freaking good.
that's not around a wedge or a shot click away. Whatever he has, we're going to have to go home and work on because that's not just car balance.
Big move by Busher there in the 17.
I mean, that's pretty obvious.
We saw him move out of the way behind Ross Chastain, take that spot.
All I'm saying is stay tuned for post-race inspection.
Yes.
Absolutely. Win this stage, but look at what he's doing.
I swear, man.
Moving through with now
Sometimes, a lot of times when there's a car that's just that good, you think, ain't no damn way it's making that through tech inspection, and it does. The only DQ we had was Hamlin at Pocono last year, and his car was legal except for, there was a piece of tape under the decal. That literally does nothing. That literally does fucking nothing. But NASCAR's like, well, we told you can't have anything like that on the body of the car. It's like, is that really worth taking a win away? I thought it was funny because I don't like Denny, but still.
He just said, the heck with you. I'm coming up here to keep this outside lane. You're going to lift or we're going to wreck. And that's what we talk about driver etiquette. That's what's different today.
Bring Tony Stewart back and let him run 1 year of Cup with all these assholes. He would have a meltdown. Tony Stewart would have a stroke.
No. No.
He'd kill somebody.
He absolutely would.
Camera on board the 4 car. He said the restarts are so tough. He just loses so many spots, but eventually they start recovering. And we're also seeing Harvick, when he can, run that higher line.
Yeah, Truex has steroids in his car. HGH mixed with the fuel.
Almost every week they make the car better, and they're always around when he takes 3.
Yeah, never count them out. They're going to keep fighting and clawing. They just don't know the word quit. See Hamlin continue to try to make that inside work. Now this group could be 3 wide.
4th place, Truex, and motoring.
The 12 got really tight on corner exit there. Look at the run that Gibbs is getting because of that.
I get to the 54, tucked in behind the 12, but the 11 of Denny Hamlin going in front of Blaney, listening to his radio.
Okay, so here you have it. That's a conversation between driver and crew chief. Denny Hamlin sees all these cars in front of him. He says, I have to pass them all. I have to get to the front. And Chris Gabehart is saying, no, you do not. Most of those guys are coming to pit road. I know you want to chase the 19 down, but forget about the 19 for a minute.
Bubba's getting passed for 3rd by Truex.
If you look in front of the 11, I have 3, maybe 5 cars that are going to stay out on fuel. So that's where he says mitigate risk. Let's not wreck this thing. Get to the end of the stage. stage, line up in the front 4 rows, and we'll race the final stage.
Bubba Wallace has to be scratching his head saying, wait a second. He stopped at lap 100, and now he's already passing me for the 3rd spot?
Yep.
Well, if Brad's going to get this lead, he needs to do it now. They're lucky there's only a lap and a half to go, or Truex would blow by them both.
You might want to go ahead and go there, pal.
Here he is.
Holy shit.
Oh no, is that 4-4 ostinato in D minor? Yes, it is. Mr. Krabs, over there you are. He's in the orchestra.
Look at the 19.
What the fuck?
There is no way Martin's car is passing post-race inspection. There is no fucking way.
Nah, fuck that. Hold him up. I need the points. Watch us run off of 4. Oh, Suarez. Ah! Oh!
Nope.
Drag race, drag race, drag race. It's Truex. I was hoping they'd both wreck because it would be really funny.
It would have been hilarious, but I knew Truex was going to get him. I knew he was going to.
I said with a lap, I'm like, only a lap and a half, he won't get him. And then I saw him close on Brad in turn 3, and I was like, well.
There is no fucking way Truex's car is passing post-race. There is no fucking way.
I only have one question. How come the rest of his teammates are so far off from that?
Exactly.
That's the part that puzzles me.
Top 10. He looked high. Suarez closed the door. He goes down low, side drafts, and just clears him.
If you're Brad, you're like, well.
I mean, I don't know what Brad was supposed to do there.
Brad looked like he was going to get the lead.
Yeah, Brad was going to start working for the lead, and then Martin said, no, sir, you're not.
Oh, no, no, no.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Wasn't the person Tony killed under, well, he was like, he had been high, but the guy didn't die because he was high. He died because he ran out on a dimly lit dirt track wearing a black fire suit at night.
Exactly.
So, natural selection. Tony Stewart just hit that guy, Al. And the kid's family, Tony Stewart murdered my boy in cold blood. It's like, no, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Every dirt driver came to Tony Stewart's defense and was like, when you're in those cars, you cannot see your right at all. And it was a dimly lit dirt track, dirt everywhere, and the dude's wearing a black fire suit and black helmet. Tony said he caught a glimpse of him at the last second and swerved to miss him.
I mean, he was never going to miss him.
No, his rear tires caught him. All these people that didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. But unfortunately, with Tony Stewart, oh, look at his history. He's a hothead. He would do something like that. He's a hothead. There's never been a hotter head in the history of racing than Tony Stewart, but Jesus Christ, man.
I mean, that's something totally different.
He was trying to kick dirt up in the kid's face was the other one. He was trying to kick dirt up at him on purpose.
Why?
And he missed and hit him.
Why? And my question is, okay, so why would Tony do that? Why?
Tony had no reason to. Tony fucked up the lap before, got underneath the kid, barely touched him, and spun him out. That's why the guy was mad. So why would Tony be mad at him when he fucked up? And because if Tony fucks up, he'll be the first to raise his hand. My favorite thing about Tony is when he gets really mad for something that really wasn't your fault, but he's mad at you for it, and then within an hour he's like, I'm sorry. He's one of those people. So I'm sorry I fucked up. Him and Jimmy Johnson wanted to strangle each other after the Daytona 500 in 06, and they walked out of the NASCAR trailer smiling. But they didn't go in there smiling. There was a rumor that Kurt Busch and Tony Stewart got in a brawl years back, and nobody knew about it because it happened in the NASCAR hauler, and somehow it didn't leak out. I think Harvick said something on Junior's show. They were talking about fights, and Harvick goes, there was one fight that nobody knows about. And Junior goes, oh, yeah. And they both looked like they knew who it was, but they weren't going to say. And it just made, I was like, Kurt Busch and Tony Stewart, it had to be. Had to be Kurt Busch and Tony Stewart. Because they hated each other for a long time. That was like brutal. My money's on Tony.
I would say Tony, but I don't know, man. When Burt Cush comes out, I mean,
that's his alter ego, yeah. When Burt Cush gets after you.
Come down and just fill up with fuel to make sure the next pit stop under green isn't slow with how much fuel they're going to have.
Split decision. Wow, Truex gave up the lead again. Look how fast they are. Fuck it. Come in. Put 4 tires on it.
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Do what you want.
Go ahead and have fun.
Only like 5 cars stayed out anyway. That's nothing. He just passed like 15.
In like 5 freaking laps.
Yeah. You'll be here in a little bit, Dylan? Cool.
Yay.
Race is over, half over, but fuck it. Come on. Go on, get. He hit him with the Shannon Sharp. Just know when you lay your head on the pillow at night, I gave you all I had.
That's what Bubba's going to be saying after the race when, you know, he loses the Truex.
I like the 2 tires there. Not really.
You're just having fun, playing around, you know. Have your fun, get your points or whatever you're going to do. Truex don't care.
You should never let the ketchup the balls from the heart.
Why did I not mute the commercial? Let me see if Red Dead's on the Nintendo store yet. Still salty we're not getting a multiplayer, but we dig our own graves in this world. But that's neither here nor there, Skip. Dusty ass screen. Now I have all the games I like on a handheld. Red Dead, Batman, GTA. Still waiting for GTA 5 to come on Switch. That's got to happen.
Would the Switch be able to...
I mean, it'd be the Xbox 360 version from back in the day, I imagine.
Yeah,
Because it can play LA Noire and Red Dead Redemption, so I think it could play GTA 5. But Rockstar's like, well, we can't put the multiplayer on the Switch because it couldn't handle that.
Right.
So if they can't put GTA Online on it, they're not going to bother. There was a statement from Rockstar a few years ago from the Take-Two CEO where he was like, we're not interested in simple ports of old games. We're going to remake and remaster them good, and the Red Dead one is literally just a port. It's like been upscaled to 4K. Yeah, I thought you said you guys weren't all, but you were about simple ports. At least the disaster of the GTA trilogy being redone didn't scare them off of Red Dead. Red Dead. Is it on the Nintendo store yet? It is. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Where's the trailer? Let's watch this trailer together. It's classic. I love this game.
Well, you're alive. This country is infested with all manner of scum. You always did have a high opinion of yourself, John.
It looks better than the 360 or PS3 version. It's not a full-blown remake or anything, but... And you get Undead Nightmare. That's the really cool part.
Wow.
Undead Nightmare is a part of it. And
I would have never thought you'd get Undead Nightmare.
And Undead Nightmare needs a re-release because the old versions are completely broken and glitched, and Rockstar's never bothered to fix them.
Of course.
So hopefully with this re-release, we'll be like, okay, we fixed the problem. Because there was a problem with Undead Nightmare where if you play for longer than 30 minutes, the zombies become invisible and then turn into normal NPCs with guns instead of zombies for some reason. And I'm just like, what? And then if you try to save your game, you'll save and then your game will crash. So the way to do it was you can play through Undead Nightmare, but when you take over a town, save and reload. Keep saving and reloading every 20 or 30 minutes, and you won't run into that glitch. But yeah, hopefully we just have a version of Undead Nightmare now that will just work.
It's going to be here. We got James Stewart and Ricky Carmichael on the call. I got to go to Nashville and hang out with those two. They knew way back when that this guy was going to be special. They know how to pick talent.
Yeah, for right now,
Yeah,
like
two of the
all
goats
I've been
will be
playing on
calling
my
in again now.
Switch
Starts at 1
is
p.m. Eastern on
Mario
Peacock.
Kart 8 Deluxe.
NASCAR rivals for me. After I finished GTA, I've just been NASCAR.
Well, the big race so far, Bubba Wallace, he was in
I don't know
good shape,
why
but
I'm
not
so
great
addicted
shape
to
in
playing
points, but
Mario
has
Kart,
gained
but
16. Suarez was behind. He's gained 14.
I
Get
play it.
8. I thought they gave up an opportunity. If that strategy did not work out as well at the end of stage 2, but still 8 points. Some guys gaining, some guys losing.
Well, it won't let me buy Red Dead yet, I don't think. Well, Undead Nightmare, really cool.
That shocks me. I would have never thought they'd put Undead Nightmare with it.
I just wish it had the multiplayer, because Undead Nightmare had Undead Overrun, which is crazy fun. But oh well. I'll take an unbroken version of Undead Nightmare.
Martin Truex Jr. clearly has the best car, but don't count out his teammate Denny Hamlin yet. Despite stalling the car on pit road, they are 12th coming to that choose, and they also are 3rd on the strategy that they're on.
Well, I put it on my wish list on Switch.
Even after that stall, quote, "We have a rocket ship. I just have to manage it." The 11 looks almost as good as the 19, Rick.
Are you sure? I ain't seen that yet.
No.
Sure, he's got a good car, but I ain't seen that. I ain't seen nothing like the 19 yet. Go, Busher, 2 in a row. How long will it take Truex this time? 3 wide on the bottom. 2 cars right there.
He's already coming.
Oh, he got loose. He got a little loose. There's less grip on the bottom. He got loose. Whoa. Whoa. Bowman. What in the world? Bowman got hit by somebody. Or did he get hit into somebody? Yeah, the way that car went, boom, and you couldn't see who was behind it. He got hit. Well, now Bowman's out of the playoffs unless he wins.
Yeah, now it's Bowman was trying to climb his way back into this playoff conversation with points.
Ain't gonna happen now unless he wins, but it sucks to think, oh, we got Daytona. Everybody thinks they're gonna win Daytona. Everybody thinks they're gonna win. Todd Gilliland's good enough to win Daytona.
All of a sudden, it's got a looks like a right rear tire flat. So there's the 38. It's gonna get squeezed.
Cindric put McDowell into, and then there's a lot going on there. 2 different wrecks happened at once. Cindric walled 2 cars, so we know that. He put McDowell and Gilliland into the wall, and then they stacked up behind him. I'm trying to see who hit the 48. Bowman tried to avoid the wreck and cut across Briscoe. Wrecked himself, but he didn't know. He was just trying to get away from the wreck.
I agree. They were 3 wide with Larson on the inside, and the 14 didn't really have anywhere to go.
Watch this. Oh, wreck, turn left. Oh, shit, somebody was there. Nobody's fault other than Cindric putting 2 guys in the wall. He probably didn't know he was 3 wide. A spotter probably didn't say, hey, you're 3 wide.
I think you are right, though, Dale. I think it all starts with the 6 doesn't
2.
realize he is, excuse me, I think it's Cindric. The 2 doesn't realize he is 3 wide, and he gets both front.
And then Gilliland got jump scared when the 40 hit him in the left rear. He's like, Jesus, just got put in the wall. Bonk. Ah!
So right here at the top of the screen, you see the white number 2. They're going to split the 34.
Austin Cindric throwing it back to his 2018 Xfinity Series season.
He thinks he's just got the 38 there. The 34 there. So he squeezes the 34.
McDowell's lucky he didn't get hooked in the wall.
Bowman just trying to get out of the way. Ends up getting turned around, losing control. Kim?
And the 5 of Kyle Larson on pit road.
Bubba pitted for gas here. Remember that for later.
Yep.
Larson pitted for gas, too. Larson, Briscoe, Gilliland, Bubba, Eric Jones.
I think that's smart.
That's smart. Because if you're running that far back, just keep topping off. You're not going to go anywhere.
But get in trouble, these guys are getting in trouble.
Can you shut the fuck up in there? What's up? So, Cindric didn't know he was 3 wide and squeezed McDowell into Gilliland. Gilliland smacked the wall, and then Bowman swerved to avoid the wreck and got hooked by Briscoe when he swerved. So that's 2 Hendrick cars not in the playoffs unless they win. Yeah, because Byron's out, Chase is out, now Bowman's out. I got money on Larson, though. He's still going. He is named Kyle.
All offense, Anthony, too, by the way.
Of course.
Well, Karen, we don't know how Josh Berry was going to do in the 42 compared to Noah because he wrecked. He got wrecked yesterday. So. Yeah, I was a hard hit.
Was coming from the rear end. When you squared the rear end on the wall,
Chase said after his wreck, he said, "I think I'm all right." Barry hit and was immediately like, "Oh, I'm fine."
I was surprised
on the radio.
He was okay.
Yeah.
After his.
Yeah. Red Dead Redemption's on the Switch next week. I'm fucking excited. I told him that's what I'm doing on my Dallas trip.
When does the fuck, I can't remember. You was just talking about the Michael Myers game.
Oh, you mean Texas Chainsaw?
Texas Chainsaw. Yeah.
Comes out. So it comes out at midnight. When you're gonna take me
Friday.
to yeah.
In like 2 weeks, whatever.
Yeah, next week.
2 weeks.
Yeah, Thursday night, midnight, next week. So,
Next Friday.
so you're sure you're still good to take
Or
me?
is it the Friday after next?
Let's ask Ice Cube and Chris Tucker. I don't know. So you're sure you're still good to take me?
Yeah.
There you go.
I already requested it off. They gave me the day off.
I'm trying to think what the best way for you to. I think you should go to sleep, and then come over here at like 11 or midnight or something.
I've been trying to fix my work schedule because I'm thinking about I got offered a third shift job, a supervisor job at my work for $29.50 an hour.
Woo!
Ooh.
You gonna be an asshole boss just for fun? Bust everybody's balls.
When I'm at work, especially third shift, everybody, I ain't never worked third shift in my life, but everybody there says they don't do anything.
My new job is so nice, it's scaring me.
My supervisor will bitch about us being shorthanded, and when you go talk to her in the office, she's sitting there playing Candy Crush, and I'm like, you get paid $20.
My new job, so my new job's supposed to call me every week just to check in until I can start training on the 28th or whatever. And they didn't call Thursday or Friday. I was like, oh, I didn't call. So I emailed them and said, hey, you guys didn't call. Just check in. They called me. Oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't call. They were like apologizing profusely. Oh, no, it's fine. Just give me what I want. Oh, we're so sorry. We want to stay in touch. Oh, no problem at all. Just wanted to make sure that I didn't get taken off a list by mistake or something. Oh, no, you're hired. You're in.
Oh, Truex needs to get back with Sherry so other people can start winning again.
His new girlfriend's pretty hot, though.
Do you know, I thought about this coming up the road about that. Do you know why he won the championship the year that they found out Sherry had cancer?
Rigged.
Because he thought she was going to die. So he thought he was good in the clear.
Sure, I thought he was clear. Where's IndyCar? Oh, IndyCar's racing Indy Road Course Saturday. NASCAR and IndyCar at the same place. Brickyard 400's coming back next year, though. I'm actually excited about it. Because you saw how good Pocono was. Pocono is like the best gauge of what we can expect for a Brickyard 400. Pocono was really good.
That was one of the happiest moments.
Van Gisbergen, look at that pass. Chicago Street course was wild. Yeah, he's running a truck race at IRP. He's never run an oval in that kind of car before. He's got some dirt oval experience. Well, no, he's running the truck race at IRP. Trucks are at IRP, the short track. And he's running the Cup race at the Indy Road Course. So, yeah. Cup race, Indy Road Course, truck race at IRP down the road. I like the paint scheme on that 48. That's kind of cool. It's fucking junk now. Gay.
He's going to be competitive. He is a great road racer. He is going to be competitive. See Alex Bowman right here. Full flat tires. They had to pull him back to.
Boo, you suck.
See, when you
Nothing
get full
good
flat
but
tires
for
with these
toilet
cars,
now.
they bottom
Oh,
out.
brother, this guy stinks.
This has been a lot of conversation about not only how you get back, but should you be in the race? Should you
I got Battle for Bikini Bottom on PS5 now because it was free on PlayStation Platinum.
now they're on the damage
I'm just going to randomly stream it one day and not tell anybody. I'm just going to get on there and play SpongeBob.
But if you're damaged, they're going to look at the
Thought about doing it last night, but I played Jedi Survivor last night because I hadn't played it much in a while. They're bringing Jedi Survivor to PS4 and Xbox One. I'm like, dude, it barely runs on PS5. What's it going to be, 15 frames a second on a PS4?
Not gonna be able to run on.
Jedi Fallen Order barely runs on PS4, and it was a PS4 game.
Yeah, it was.
because the clock and safety.
Jedi Survivor's an awesome game. It's just optimized like shit. So.
And the teams to do
But when it works, it's brilliant.
Let's not forget Truex would have won last week. But Stenhouse lap one.
Oh, yeah. Stenhouse wiped Truex out on lap 1. Truex spent the whole race recovering, got a top 10 out of it. That's how good he is.
Hey, he's a
Turn 3, lap 1, Stenhouse, right into the side of Truex.
to go ahead and line up on that inside line.
Spent the whole day fighting back, doing some.
Weather or is it just
It's it's a little foggy. It misted some, so it's misted on and off. 6:09 to go, nice.
Well, when
yesterday.
caution almost immediately
Busher
came
winning
out,
at
Kevin
Richmond
Harvick
was
said, "I'm taking
first
the
ever
top no
Sunday
matter
win.
what." And remember,
Oh yeah, because he won Pocono on a Monday and Bristol on a Saturday. Wow, that's a.
And restarts have been a struggle for Kevin Harvick, so trying to give himself every advantage he can get. The top four has worked better for Harvick today.
So I hear that's
taking
a
the top here,
sex
no doubt
thing.
about
I'm
it.
not
In
sure
third and
if it is or
decides
not.
to go all the way to the top, Kim.
Ha! Get it? It's a sex thing.
They've already finished the service on that. That first visit was unscheduled. They wanted to make sure that he didn't get any damage in that incident. They said it mechanically.
So comically mischievous.
Down to do one more kind of check. They put a little bit of tape on the left front fender. Also filled it up with fuel.
Fuel's going to be a conversation.
They gave him a full load. If that dude from Deuce Bigelow was commentary on NASCAR races, you know, the one who's like saying like borderline gay shit when he's talking to Deuce Bigelow, you might not want to blow your hole wide on this tank, but just go home, squat on it for a night. That movie's great. Go home, squat on it for a night. Look, I'm really not trying to jerk you off around here, okay?
I don't want to reach around.
He said shit like that, yeah. Yeah, fishy, fishy, fishy. Where's Bell running?
I know Rick yesterday.
He's laps down.
Down the back straightaway, they just line up on you and just go flying by you. But
Austin Hill, 10th.
Austin Hill's had a good race. He was like 15th most of yesterday. So I got Josh Berry. He's got Austin Hill.
So your future in NASCAR is Austin Hill?
Did you see people making fun of Chandler Smith Saturday? He got mad at Austin Hill, and people said, notice he ain't too mad. Because he walked up and was mad, and Austin Hill was just like, Austin Hill's a big motherfucker. And didn't he knock out Mike Snyder at Martinsville last year? He knocked the fucking brakes off this motherfucker. He's a big dude. And he don't take no shit, 'cause I remember in the truck race one time, he had got into it with somebody, and they kind of argued back and forth. I think Johnny Sauter was like, you need to watch it, man. And Austin Hill goes, don't you fucking touch me. And I was like, oh, shit. He's like, you better not.
Oh, shit.
So Austin Hill is a big motherfucker, and he will back it up. He put Mike Snyder on his ass.
Probably going to get off at 31, but that kind of doesn't excite me too much, but
You don't see a lot of direct punches in NASCAR, but when he clocked Mike Snyder in Martinsville, that motherfucker went down. Marcus Ambrose, I think you were here, he punched Casey Mears right in the eye. Mears took it like a champ. It was a hard hit. He didn't go down. He had a black eye, but he didn't go down. But Austin Hill punched Mike Snyder down, over, done.
Is broken, Richard Boswell tells me, so they're going to have to make that repair. Briscoe already a lap down in 30 seconds.
Yes, Xfinity at Martinsville last year.
Okay, so last year, got it.
Gotta show him the punch. We're watching the Austin Hill punch from last year while they restart.
Boom!
Oh!
Yeah.
Decked him.
Oh, shit! That's like some MMA shit right there.
They gave it a closer view when
Holy
they picked him up.
shit!
Now he's up into that outside line.
He
Harrison
did
Burton
not
stuck on the bottom. Can he get behind Harvick? Does not do
Wow,
it.
Harrison Burton had no momentum off turn 2. 5 cars just drove by Harrison Burton.
The outside line just starts.
You can hear Jeff Burton's disappointment. You can hear Jeff Burton's life drain out of him.
And one of them being
He pitted like 3 times there.
is going to be very difficult. Now he is just stuck on the bottom. How bad
Truex
is it?
top 10. He's 8th.
Oh, 8.
Yeah, he's right there. Truex was on a different strategy, but said, fuck it, let's just pit again. We're so fast.
How many laps until Truex is
I think it'll take a little longer this time, but
I got 2 laps.
I'll take 11. 11.
You know, lined up in fifth, took an opportunity, went back to 10th. And was
Okay, can I change my bet? No. Nah, Almirola just shoved Cindric back by him. I thought he was about to clear Cindric and go off and get Harvick. He's too smart for that.
With like 12 to go, he blows a right rear and just fucking eats the rock.
His car's so good, he ain't got to drive hard.
His car, like, he doesn't have to drive that hard. Like,
Oh, he's 3. Look at Denny Hamlin putting him 3 wide, you selfish prick. Putting his teammate 3 wide.
allowed the 11 of Denny Hamlin to move up to his inside. Now Martin Truex Jr. powering by on the outside.
What the fuck? Making Denny regret that decision.
I've never seen a car do that 3 wide like that.
Holy hell.
Regroup, try to battle back, and try to go again at this number 2 Cinder.
This is so fucking stupid. All right, well, just give him 5th, you know. No problem here.
Truex could be leading right now on the same strategy as the guys up front, but said, fuck it, pit again.
Yeah, literally.
We're good. That would change my strategy too. But yeah, fuck it, pit again. Keep tires on it. Fill it with gas.
That's something that no one else has. I have not seen anyone
2.5 seconds back.
This is so
2.5
stupid.
seconds back with 64 to go.
And he's about to get that in like, what, 3 laps?
If this race goes green all the way, he'll still win.
Exactly.
We need more stages. This is bullshit.
Unless Busher and Reddick pick up where they left off last week and just drive away. Oh!
And him doing a little side drafting with Blaney.
Harvick and him. Blaney is him.
Yes.
I watched that quarterback show on Netflix. Raiders played the Chiefs last year. Mahomes throws a pass, and the ball's been gone for 3 seconds, and Max Crosby comes up and punches him in the arm. And Mahomes turns around and goes, I'm telling you right fucking now, you better knock that shit off. So I get you got to hit me, but don't put your fucking hands on me again. And then Mahomes throws a touchdown the next play, and he grabs Max Crosby and says, you pissed off the wrong motherfucker. And they're having to drag Mahomes away from him.
And I think just got start at the bottom and then drives to the top. Wherever he wants to go.
He's going straight to the top.
He's falling, losing speed, or losing time. If Bush could get like 22 seconds on him, I think.
Busher and Reddick last pitted at lap 103. Truex pitted at 22, but I think they can all, both make it on one more stop. So.
How long can you go?
40 to 42 laps, maybe. Something like that.
You think somebody's gonna pit like right at 45 to
With
go,
cautions.
45 to go and just try it?
If it stays green, somebody's going to pit right when they can just barely make it. I can just about guarantee it.
I can't believe Burton's running 10.
For third,
I seen him running
Jr.
before the end of stage 2. Like
Running with Blaney is on the top of the screen. We see
strategy thing.
the fight for the lead, and Reddick about 4 car lengths now behind the 17 of Busher. We'll see how hard he throws it into turn 3.
Truex is losing.
How about Busher?
I know it's Blaney's fault.
I mean, think about what they did at Richmond.
Remember I said if they can just get in front of Truex and hold him up, somebody can take off.
Hold him up, Blaney.
So they might have. So Truex's team, they might have fucked themselves by being cocky and saying, "Hey, fuck a pit."
The fact that Truex went blue by Blaney kind of that time is just losing.
And now here they are back, leading races and potentially contending for this championship.
So remember they pitted at lap 1 and 3, but they had some cautions to save as well. So we're hitting almost the 40 lap point.
Even down the back straightaway into 3. And Truex easily drives in the corner.
Right here. Look at that.
Takes the spot away.
Look at that.
Now he's 3.
This is his best part of the track. When they get into the middle of 3 and 4, he just takes off.
Reddick and Busher out front. Let's see how quickly, if he can run them down.
Running along with pizza on board of Kevin Harvick as he runs.
Yeah, so let's see how long it takes Truex to make that up.
And gaining on the 12.
Under green, he's 4.2 back. How long?
Still, he's got clean air and it's still.
Oh yeah, he will run them down if he's faster because there's nobody in front of him.
And we'll start with Kim and Busher.
Yeah, Chris Busher, our most recent winner, and he talked about coming to this weekend. The confidence boost.
I like it a lot.
Straight up raced everyone and beat the best.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
This weekend too for a great finish. He said Michigan is such a huge race for Porsche and Jack and Brad, and that makes me proud of what we were able to do last weekend and excited for what we're able to do this
I'm gonna kick your butt tomorrow.
Look, clean air and he lost 4 tenths still.
This battle for the lead's gonna help him out here.
Busher should give it up. If he's smart, give it up.
I gotta fight for it. I can't give it up.
But you gotta keep that time on Truex.
Truex's luck is they take each other out. Go,
We'll
Bush.
see what he
Go.
can do. Now let's go back to
4.7. Look, it's still going
Truex
on.
Jr. What do we say
Clean
about
air.
this car? We say it
And
is
he's
a
losing
rocket ship. He has been absolutely quiet all race long on the
I
radio.
think
No
Reddick's got
complaints
the
on that
car.
race car. And the ball
Now the best thing Truex has going for him is the fuel mileage. Because Buescher and Reddick, it's going to be... To make it on one stop, it's going to be close. Really close.
For a second Michigan win, if he's going to do that, he's going to have to figure out how to beat the 19 car right in front of him. Blaney said he just doesn't have any turn down.
If you could get to 50, 45.
I think 45 to go to somebody running like a Harrison Burton's going to be like, fuck it. Let's go.
We're getting closer to the playoffs. A lot of Hail Marys are getting thrown. So.
Probably not even a win.
Oh, he would get in. Yeah, he's top 30. Oh, wait, remember they changed it now. Just anybody can get it if they're full time. Oh, yeah, you don't have to be top 30 anymore. If you're full time and 31st in points and win a race, you get in. Unless there's 16 different winners. Wow, I am shocked by that. Yeah.
Yes, he does.
And these two were racing each other.
Stay green.
Yeah, I dare you to stay green. Chris Buescher going to go back to back. Yeah, see Buescher win 2 in a row? Yeah.
He's been quick. Can he get the track position? That's the biggest key for him. Eric Almirola having a nice run. Had a nice top 10 lap.
Almirola quietly is not much worse than Harvick this year. Like Stewart Haas has been bad. Harvick's been good. Almirola's been all right. Cindric's not just top 10. He was top 10 all day yesterday.
Almirola's running 9. I'm not going to talk shit about him because I actually like it. And then Burton's 10. I can't stand Burton.
I think Burton's a good dude, but I think he sucks.
Joey. When Joey's good, the other 3 suck. Look at the other 3.
Look at last week. Last week, Joey was top 5, and the rest of them were awful.
Now 3 of them's top 10, and where's Joey? Like 15?
Something like that.
Michael's got $65 riding in second place. Okay, the pit window's better than I thought. 48-51. You know, I said 40 to 43 because I was thinking Old Michigan when they were going like 210 instead of 190. Ty Gibbs disappeared. Ty Gibbs was top 5, top 10 the whole race yesterday. Where the hell's he at? 12th? Okay. Right there.
I know you said, like, why is Truex good and the other Gibbs cars are, like, not as good. I question why Buescher is so fucking good and Brad is just like...
Yeah, Brad's just been okay today. Yeah. Top 10 most of today.
Both races Brad could have won, he dominated and then wrecked, and Buescher won.
So Buescher and Reddick
running like this right now.
At what point when your Truex's got team do you just say, well, we can run over 20 laps longer than them. Let's let them pit and the tire fall off ain't that much. We'll just stay out, catch them a lap down, and get a caution. Because they're not going to catch them under green now, it don't look like. Do you just give up and do that at some point?
Yeah.
Just run long?
Yeah, I'm Blaney got loose a little bit.
Because tire fall off ain't that much. We saw everybody taking 2 tires, no tires, staying out, whatever. So
About
I think
a month ago, I was big on Kyle Busch winning the championship, but I'm really starting to push towards Truex on that.
Truex or Hamlin. Truex or Hamlin.
He better not.
The day he does, I quit watching.
You know what? I might join.
You know, I felt that way when Logano won it. I was like, ah, damn it.
I will be a diehard IndyCar fan. Joey winning it last year pissed me off enough.
Yeah,
Denny winning it this year, that pushed me over the top.
I'll say this.
I'd be over it.
Maybe I could handle Joey winning, but it was the way he won that pissed me off.
Why?
Because nobody else could touch him, and he just went out there, rode around like a douche, and just didn't have to try hard.
Is it bad to think Denny would have won it if Ross hadn't done the Martinsville move?
Denny could have won it, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the best payback unintentional payback I've ever seen in my George Slim and Denny at the line to say, fuck you, you're not in the Final Four.
But then you have to ask the question of, but what did it cost you? And look at what it cost.
Ross has won a race.
He won Nashville.
I'm just saying.
Garbage.
I'm just saying.
Suarez. I'm over him.
I'm just saying, you know, what it cost was, Joey just got to ride around.
Trackhouse has 2 wins this year, and one of the cars has ran 1 race.
Mm-hmm.
The other one's not even in the playoffs. That 99, I'd offer John Hunter Nemechek the 99 before.
Toyota ain't gonna let that happen. Toyota wants John Hunter.
About him getting the 42, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
But that ain't gonna happen. I wouldn't take the 42 if they offered it to me.
That's good. Think about it. You remember
John Hunter did good riding it out in trucks.
John Hunter had 1 Cup season driving the 38, and it was awful. He gets in the 42. It's more of the same. Although they're banking on the fact that they're banking on Toyota improving that car, which will probably happen. It'll improve. I'm not saying it'll be great, but they'll improve. Battle for lead, but Truex is too far back.
The only thing about Toyota is you really only got 1 driver that's close to retirement.
Steve, I'm sure you're going to have lots to talk about.
You got 1 open.
James Small pitted Truex one too many times. The hubris.
Damn, but they ain't battled yet. Look at Denny.
They haven't really battled.
Reddick almost got side by side with him the last lap. Almost.
I think Reddick's smart enough to say, if I don't
Junior
get
by
up and push
about
myself
6
too hard
seconds,
right now, we
and
can gap the field,
Daniel
and I'll
Suarez
beat
trying to get
Busher.
by Harrison.
Reddick's going to beat Busher by
Those
3
two
tenths.
fighting for the 11th.
I think Buscher's pit crew's better.
But we know that
Based on last week.
will have to come to pit road.
I guess we're going to find
I
out.
think I'm surprised nobody's
You're going to let Busher and Reddick probably come to pit road first. You're going to see, let them, we're playing poker. You're going to get to see at least
Truex run long.
how long they're going to have to sit and wait on fuel to make sure you can make it to the end. What I don't know.
Yuki, there was a little bit of rain earlier. It misted before the race and on the laps under caution.
So I know he doesn't have to wait on fuel, but does he have, a short enough fill that he could take 2 tires, right? He's not going to take 2 tires if he still needs 9 seconds worth of gas. But if he needs 9
It is a little bit because he's almost got to him 2 or 3 times now.
That's a little bit gray, a little bit fuzzy, because we're not exactly sure where the 19 and the 11 are on fuel load. That's really what this race is building up.
Look, they've ran
17 and 45
what lap
pit
did Busher
first,
pit?
104.
52 laps right now. They got
this car drives the best for the sprint to the finish.
I hope they hit pit road caution.
They were talking about how Buscher and Reddick are going to have to wait longer on fuel than Truex, but their lead's so big it ain't going to matter. What, you got to wait like a second and a half longer?
I hope as soon as they get on pit road caution.
Hamlin 4.
I hope 20 cars hit pit road and Truex is just stuck in the lead. Caution.
Just outside the top
Pit
15.
road,
And in tracks like Darlington, in places where the lap time slows down, we always talk about coming early and short pitting and getting fresh tires. Throw all that out the window. These cars here in Michigan are running the same lap after lap.
Remember in
after
Austin
lap
Powers
after lap.
in Europe,
I think that's why
men
the
come
17
first and women come second. Well, sometimes not at all.
have a little bit,
The only
less
thing I
total
heard
weight
from
on
Austin
board,
Powers
so
is
they
when he got that
have
car
taken that
stuck in
4.5 seconds.
that and fucking Fat Bastard.
5.6
Fat
seconds.
Bastard.
love Fat
Fat
Bastard.
Bastard is a
Baby, the other white meat. They're pitting. They're pitting. They're pitting. They're pitting. Oh my lord.
Reddick almost took it to the wall.
Got to slow it down to pit road speed.
44 to
So
go.
they
Here
have
we go.
shown their
5
hand as to
seconds
when they
lead.
came to pit road.
Watch the pit stops closely.
Just got a little bit free in
Good
that
stop on the right side for Buscher. Slow out. Reddick lost. Buscher wins. Buscher wins.
Austin Hill.
Slow on the left side for Reddick. Wow, wow, how did Reddick beat the 17? Waited too long on gas. They should have beat the 45 out by a long shot, but they waited on gas. I mean, they got to wait on gas, but still.
Give me a few more pit stops and then caution.
As you see them leaving pit road, as I run, I get tighter, Harvick
Damn.
said, and around me, I'm more sensitive when cars are around. I can do some things if I get some space. That's my biggest issue.
Wow. Go Michael.
So the 45 pass
Michael, this might be your day.
That's the only motivation I have for that ugly
on pit
ass
road
car.
now.
It's a Rocket League car.
He's the first.
Reddick got
that
a Toyota.
needs less fuel. Let's see how long the pit stop is for the 11, Marty.
And this is interesting. Chris Gabehart making this call. He knows
Denny ain't got to wait on gas either.
with the 19. Can they beat the
Go, 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 go. Oh, no, the wheel's coming off to 45, I think. Is it? That is like the third time this year that's happened to them. The tire was loose and rubbed up against the thing and went flat. Sorry, Michael.
If I was Reddick,
you get a caution with about 9 to go. And run green for 30 more laps.
If I was Reddick, I would be losing my mind right now.
2311 has shitty pit. You know, 2311, they used to use Gibbs pit crews. Well, this year they went to their own. Might need to rethink that one for the playoffs.
Yeah, they really do.
For the playoffs, need to rethink that. Hey, Joe Gibbs, can we borrow a pit crew, please? Because our guys ain't getting it done.
You see Denny Hamlin serviced his car, but he was not able to leapfrog the 17. Let's see if Martin
Fucking 2311. What's going to happen to Bubba now when he pits? Denny was bragging. We got our own pit crews now. He's going to have cut that lead in half, I figure. He was 6 seconds back. He gained probably 2 or 3 on pit road here. So he'll be like 3 or 4 seconds back instead of 6.5 or 7.
Damn, Doug Busher. Look at Brad leading
You said Bubba fitting to have 2 front loose wheels. Both the front wheels are going to fall off. I told you he cut the lead in half. Just because Busher had to wait on gas. Now the race is on, depending on what happens if a caution comes out before everybody else pits.
Yeah, so all the cars on the left-hand side, they know, first of all, they're not losing time like normal because these tires don't really fall off. So don't come right away. Run as kind of long as you can. Maybe you'll get that lucky caution against track position towards the front.
If it's been a while.
So when they came on pit road, take a look at this. When they came back on after, there was not a lug on here, Steve.
Yeah, like I said, they didn't get the fucking wheel. And that was the first stop. What are you doing? You know that wheel's going to come off. Remember when I said, oh, they took too long on the right rear, and then it wasn't even tight.
So here's my question. How is Reddick able to not just lose his mind on the radio? Like, just yelling and screaming.
Hold us up like an old
Bristol Dirt when he should have won and
situation. So when they come in, you're going to watch right away. Watch just the right rear tire changer.
Well, that's one thing.
Jackman sees it, but then the changer thinks he's
That's one thing, but this is like a whole nother different story, though.
Very quick, actually. On. Now watch that.
2311 pit crews. Michael Jordan going to start putting foots in somebody's asses.
So the Jackman stops.
I would just be losing my mind at this.
The Jackman was coming back, and then the fucking tire changer was like, nah, we're good.
Nah, it's good. It's fine. I got it.
At Nashville earlier this year, and
yeah, it happened at Nashville. I knew it was a recent race where the exact same thing happened to him while he was running like second or third.
And this isn't even speaking about what happens to Bubba on a weekly basis. Thank you.
Yeah, fucking look at it. You saw the shit wasn't on. So now instead of finishing top 10, we're going to be like 25th at best. I could have still been top 10, maybe top 5, and catch a caution. So much for that.
Truex is 1.8 back.
And this is exactly what Tyler Reddick was talking
He made a
bong.
pushing in areas where they didn't need to. They need to take their time, make their stops, make their races mistakes.
Can't blame that. Reddick's given a lot of races away, but you can't blame this one on him.
Tyler Reddick didn't want to happen, and you heard
This is all your fault. If he had Tom Brady's ability to mentally will everybody on his team around him to be great, this wouldn't have happened. Reddick, be more like Tom Brady.
Calm down over there, Baron.
Another car was having a great day.
Yeah, Tom Brady used his devil magic. Barry McCockiner, the great NFL YouTuber.
Oh.
I'm sorry, what did Boris say?
Boris said on the
2 cars at a time on the green flag cycle.
And now he did not.
He won Xfinity race at Montreal once. And Max Pappas finished second. What a race that was. Yeah.
How did Max finish
Xfinity Series road course races from like 2000 to like 2018 were pretty bizarre.
I can tell. I can tell.
Fucking Ron Fellows, Marcus Ambrose, Max Pappas, Boris Sid, the whole gang that would only show up for those races. Junior said one of his favorite wins in his career was when he won Watkins Glen and Ron Fellows finished second. He was like, yeah, I beat Ron Fellows on a road course. And Junior said, when I tell people I beat Ron Fellows on a road course, I don't tell them that something had broken on his car. So I go around and say, yeah, I beat Ron Fellows on a road course. So I'm hoping for a yellow because I got money on Larson. I like that RFK has one car on each strategy. I can't remember what was broke on Ron Fellows' car when Junior won that Xfinity race at Watkins Glen, but I think in 2008, Junior led like 30 laps at Watkins Glen. He got top 5, but I remember thinking, damn, he's going to win Watkins Glen. Yeah, Junior led like a third of Watkins Glen his first year in the 88 car. And it was all downhill from there.
Pretty much.
For a good 2 years.
Blame Teresa for that.
Yep.
I don't know who to blame for that shit.
And Dale dying.
Well, I mean, that's probably the root of the problem, yes.
Terry for not being good.
And Kelly for quitting. And Taylor for just being Teresa's daughter.
And Jeffrey for not having talent.
Although Jeffrey might get that fucking 8 car next year in Xfinity. I'm like, please don't. Put somebody else in it. No offense to Jeffrey Earnhardt, but
if he gets it, I hope Larry Mack's the crew chief. That's the only way I'll accept it.
Tony Eury Jr. He's building SRX cars for Tony Stewart right now.
Ty Dillon out running Austin Dillon's funny.
Cole Custer top 20 in a Rick Ware racing car. Cole Custer quietly back in the Cup Series now. He's splitting the ride with Ryan Newman because Newman ran Richmond last week. And Custer's in it this week.
And top 25s are going to do them good.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that's a massive improvement. Yeah. Custer and Newman have gotten a lot more out of that. And Yaley's driven it some because they moved Yaley back and forth from the 15 to the 51.
Well, he gave them their best career finish at Charlotte, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, he gave them like 2 top 10s this year.
Was,
Charlotte and
Charlotte
where else?
Crazy. Probably Daytona.
Coke Custer, yeah. Cold Custard. An armored armadillo.
What's the lead looking like?
Busher is, Truex is right there behind him and is closing ever so
Brad last pitted on lap 123. You do the math. It's been about 50 laps. It's getting close. So they're probably not going to get the caution they need.
It doesn't look like Truex is making up a
Check this out. Bubba pitted on 128. It says 127, but it was 128. So Bubba can go even further than that. Get a caution. We almost have one for Reddick's tires, so I hope they're all 4 tight now. Actually, Logano, or no. Yeah, it's Bubba with the best mileage there. And here comes Truex. Oh my God, that lap car. That lap car. 4-4 Ostinato and D minor. You messed up my dollar, Rama.
Leaderboard, he's 13th. And that is because Mark Truex Jr. and Chris Buescher have both been to pit road already.
And take that pile of filth out with you. Don't talk about Squidward that way. He means this filth, you loon.
17 is failed post-race. The 19 is the winner.
What will be the top 2 after everybody makes their green flag pit stops.
That's a good corner right there.
So it looks like
versus Truex.
It looks like Truex is being
them running by themselves. I think the 17 ought to be applauded to be able to have the speed they do at this point in the race. The 19 was about 2 tenths clear of the field all day long. But now the 17 looks like as good a race car be a hard pass to make. The balance on this 17 is going to have to start going south. He's
Time to mirror drive. That's all. If you're Busher, what the hell else you gonna do? Just look in your mirror. You're driving more out of the mirror than you are at the windshield.
I don't know though.
What about
it's like,
well, remember when Reddick got to like 3
Yeah, 2 stops on the last stop for AJ Allmendinger. The left rear was loose. So they had to come back down pit road. AJ was not very happy about it.
AJ had to pit again. As they run, he was plus 56 coming in. He's got a lot of stage points today.
Must-win scenario, 26 points below the cut line for AJ Allmendinger after today. Just 3 races
McDowell had the worst race imaginable because somehow they got Suarez back in, and Ty Gibbs is only 8 out now.
Suarez is running 4th and he's only +1.
Yeah, that's how far back he was.
Just ever so slightly eating away at that gap between the 17 and the 19.
Eating it. Damn, Ty Dillon's.
Kim.
Green flag stop. He said it fired off just a little bit free and then got tight in the center. Felt like he had a
Anybody got the
four-wheel
balls
slide.
to go
The call
no
by crew
tires?
chief Travis Mack to take 4 tires on that machine.
They gotta wait on gas. They don't have 2 tires.
Yeah, they'd have to wait on gas. You might as well change 2, yeah.
But if you put only 25 laps, so
Brad's pitting.
6 cars on pit.
Brad Pitt. Call him Brad Pitt.
your money's leading down.
We get a caution.
We'll see where he cycles out after this, but Matt McCall running him as far as he could. Looks like just a 2-tire stop for
2 for Brad. Oh, now they're going to change 4.
to the end for the 6 car. His teammate Busher still on the race. Actually 4 for Keselowski, and Busher flashes by as well.
Only 24 laps of fuel is all they need, Steve, to get to the checkered flag.
Yeah, so
That's
at this
what I'm
point,
saying. You don't
they
need
need basically the same amount of 19 as all of those guys. Now you see Keselowski on the left side.
4 seconds of gas and no tires.
14th area. This is the big moment for the 17 right here, catching these 2 slower cars.
Oh, God. And they're too wide in front of him. On the straightaway, it's good. They give you a draft. In the corners where the air gets shitty.
Yeah, this will be tough. Truex takes the big
Oh.
hard pass down into the middle. This is, oh, here it comes. 19's going to have some momentum.
Ah.
17's the dirty air of the 62 car, Austin.
Truex going to have a big draft down the back, too.
Down the back straightaway.
His best corner coming up, too.
Yep.
Busher's got to figure out where this car in front of
Oh,
him's gonna
God.
go. Hill's going to go back to the bottom.
Truex going to get a big run off the top there. Off of 4 around the top is where Truex has been better than everybody. Larson just pitted, Bell pitted, Bubba pitted, Jones pitted, so this is the race now. Come on, 62, get the hell out of the way. He got out of the way. Busher got tight. Busher got really tight there. But I think the 62 held Truex up slightly.
To be able to get through that without having to fend off any battles from the 19, but Truex is close. We've seen him dive down into the corner.
Just take his line away. A little loose in the center there for Busher.
RFK really showing that they have turned things around with that
2 weeks in a
organization.
row, you got to beat
Busher
a
won
Gibbs
a
car.
week ago at Richmond, and now
It's basically Shao Kahn in the 19 car in your rearview mirror.
Jr.
You suck. Fuck you, you suck.
Right now he's going to need a lot of help from his spotter. Chris Busher will need to know where that 19
No lap cars for a little bit. That's good news.
Driving with one eye in the mirror and one eye out the front windshield. Trying to be able to go wherever he can to take air away.
Damn it, I'm going to finish 3rd with my race bet.
Truex has been using the bottom here. Christopher Busher's been doing a good job.
Christopher Busher.
Jeff, what can the spotter do?
Good lap for Busher. Good lap.
As far as choosing the line ahead of Mark Truex Jr.
A little bit of information is great, but with the
If Truex doesn't win, if I was him, I'd ask my crew chief, so why the hell we pit that extra time when we didn't need to? Because that's how we lost this.
So he doesn't even have to look up anymore.
Or we'd be the one in front right now.
Maintain and understand exactly where Martin Truex is going. So I don't know that the spotters is as important today as he's been in the past.
So the blue box around Busher and Truex Jr. It's just Austin Dillon now that is in front of these two about 4.
Well, it's Austin Dillon. He's bound to get a caution, right?
It's been over 20 laps and Truex ain't passed him, so I've got a little.
So far, it's been a good job out of 17. And Brad said earlier this week.
Who do you think a short run favors if there's a caution.
The next thing for this organization is
Maybe Busher.
I think Denny.
Maybe Denny.
Because Denny's going to fucking wreck both.
Denny's just going to hit somebody in the door. So.
He tried to last week and realized nobody was there.
Well, to add to
That
that,
shit was
guess
fun.
what?
He locked the tires up going in the tires like nobody's out there.
Inside the top 5.
It's a lot harder to drive when you have to make the corner yourself.
Truex is going to have to start seeing what's up top.
Oh, Truex
He
is going to
knows that the 17 is shading low. He's protecting that bottom
big
groove. You see the season this team.
Do the arch. Do the arch, doctor. Arch for the Sheik. Arch for the Sheik. Maybe you do the job for the Sheik tonight. Do the job. I can't believe it. When they showed in the video when Sheik had a boner during his match with Hogan, Sheik goes, "Oh, I don't believe it. I've never seen that high spot." High spot. I don't believe it. Modern NASCAR. You're racing air and the other car. Little bobble there. Not much. Mike Harmon. Winner gets an Applebee's gift card.
About 3 to 4 car lengths that separate the top 2.
Is it a free? Is it a
Under 17 laps to go. And throughout this entire race, we've watched Mark Truex Jr.
You can get your 2 for $24 at Ruby Tuesday, actually for $24.
With only 16 laps to go, he's struggling to get by the 17 of Busher.
With now 4 tenths almost. All the lap traffic is single cars.
Is that fucking... That's Austin Hill again.
No big chunks
He must have pitted.
of 3 or 4 cars. That would absolutely be the last thing.
Will you get out of here?
How many 62 cars are in this race?
Again, having to pass Austin Hill. Austin Hill was creating some issues with these 2 cars. They were trying to get around him.
He'll have this bowl of onion too.
Will you get out of here?
Well, that'd be for here to go. Oh. That's me at the store. Look carefully at the "I really wish I weren't here right now" button. 2009.
And that was Matt Kenseth, who won the Daytona 500 and then backed it up with a win in California.
And then had the worst season of his career after that. I shit you not. And then had the worst season of his career. Matt Kenseth in 09 was awful. He was only outdone by Dale Jr.'s fucking awfulness in 2009. Well, it's important to remember, he won the 09 Daytona 500 because caution came out for rain, and then NASCAR's like, okay, race over. And it stopped raining within an hour. But they called it that early. Because Elliott Sadler finished second. He was like, well, damn it, I could have won.
If we get a caution, it's going to be interesting.
Pretty sure Elliott Sadler finished second.
And Brad and Busher are going to line up together. And I think Brad's going to do everything.
Based on Richmond last week, I'm waiting for a caution.
As we get closer to the playoffs.
10 to go.
Truex to the top of the racetrack.
Yeah.
We are, Rick, the last several weeks. The Fords
Oh, turn 4. That was not good for Busher.
in front of the field here. Truex right on his bumper. No run to be able to pull out.
Truex looking lower. Oh, yeah, that's a done deal. That's a done deal. That's a done deal. Get a draft off that lap car, Bush. Truex is going to dive bomb this corner. Truex can carry so much speed. Pin him down, Busher. Don't give him room. Pin him down. Pin him down. Lap car. Busher's got the faster line. Busher's got the faster line. Oh, Truex got a little loose. Just a little, just a little. Draft to 34. Draft to 34. Draft to 34. Oh! Pin him down. Don't give him any room, Busher. Pin him down. Make him run into you. Oh! Loose.
It's over. That's the race.
Oh,
Hold him back,
Busher.
Hold him back.
He did what I said. Pin him down. Lean on him. Get as close as you can without touching. Take the air off. Oh, that's it. I don't see Truex gaining that back. He might. I don't know. But making the pass. You saw how hard it is to make the damn pass. I like that Busher was on the outside. You're more vulnerable to getting, taken out, but Truex ain't going to take anybody out.
No.
Truex has never taken anybody out intentionally.
Yeah. Busher did.
Yeah.
Now he needs to regroup.
Yes, you did. Yep.
Spun it out there. So
See, Truex totally calm. he can't be mad. It just happened.
So now, can he get enough momentum? Is his car
You have to gain a 10th a lap.
underneath him? All day long, we've seen Truex just drive by people. He wasn't able to do that time. That tells me
Busher really going to go back to back.
as good as it once was.
Who had that on their bingo card?
The speed. That time, Busher was faster
Yeah,
than
it's
Truex.
weird. It's like Truex doesn't have the same car
10
anymore.
fingers, 10 laps to go.
It's
as we see
weird.
a battle for fifth.
Stay green.
The battle back here.
This was the
Somebody
stress
else,
level
guys,
last
we
week. It was like,
wrote
when he's going to be
earlier
in
in the
the
race.
caution.
The 20 of Christopher Bell. I mean, his car was destroyed, big damage, and he has one of the fastest cars on the racetrack right now.
Christopher Bell's 15th.
He's letting Eric Almirola down big time. He's just going to drive right by him right here. I had no idea that this car in this condition could be this fast.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't think it was possible, Jeff.
Well, he's only got
I saw
to
the
make
same
up,
thing.
like,
Not only
25
where he was running, but to your
seconds.
point, the lap time much faster than the cars in front. The 99 of Suarez, a better weekend for Trackhouse, improving as he tries to pass.
Suarez can make it on points now. I didn't see that
See on
coming.
the upper left, Busher still has about a 1 second
out on
gap over
points.
Truex.
But he was like fucking 30 or 40 out coming in. He was well over 30 out. McDowell had an awful race.
Points ahead of McDowell. Right there in that 16th spot.
Haha, chasing by
Suarez 7 points back. There's a run by Logano.
These guys are racing hard back here.
Bubba Wallace got a car smoking coming on to pit road here.
Gilliland's got a flat tire.
Issues. Looked like a left rear tire, so he gets on the brakes, locks up the right front, so the left rear
When are we
is
going
flat.
to get the intentional self-spin from Christopher Bale?
Gilliland comes to the attention of his
I did that yesterday.
has come out. Harrison
Truex
Burton
made a half a second that lap.
running in the 17th position now.
I say he's got to gain a 10th a lap. He's right on pace for that.
The 19 won the second stage. He had
Right on pace. It's going to be like, if he stays on this pace, it's going to have to be perfect.
more fuel in that car, right side tires to try to shorten his green flag pit stop. The 17
He's got to be perfect to even have a chance, and he's gaining again.
longer pit stop. It was the 17 and the 45. You see the crew
He's
chief
got to be perfect, though.
bottom right hand side of your screen. Scott Graves made that decision. The 17 and the 45 put an amazing drive together before pit stops.
He
To
gapped,
gap the 19.
Turn 4 every time.
The 17 to pit.
It's under half a second.
Over the 19.
With 6 to go. Remember, I said a 10th a lap. You do the math.
Has done with the 19 hounding him.
Yeah, he's like a 10th or 2 ahead of what I said he needed to make up.
Come on, 31, get up in the way.
Chris Busher's got to be clutch for the second week in a row. Uh-oh. Hey, I'm only 2.5 seconds back, and I got my other car in 5th. Maybe I need a caution. Maybe I'd take one. Well, it's not over yet, man. You said Busher back 5 to go, and Truex is within 3/10. 5 laps.
Martrex Jr. has closed the gap. He is
If you're Busher, like, what the hell do I have to do, man? Like,
Yeah, like really.
got the sight set on
driving perfectly. Busher has not made a mistake.
Can he figure out how to get by him?
The balance in the 17 car
Yeah,
really
just didn't make any mistakes.
trying to break the draft down the straightaway.
So now
And
the
lap
dirty air is
traffic has
kicking
been the
in.
cause of that.
Roush used to win Michigan all the time. This was a Roush track. Greg Biffle, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Mark Martin,
Quicker when they're passing even just
3
one lap
laps, yeah,
car.
almost 9
We're seeing a little bit
Matt
of movement in the
Kenseth.
17 car in the middle of 3 and 4 as well. Look at him moving back and
When's the
forth.
last time? Roush has not won Michigan since Greg Biffle in 2013. And he only won that because Junior, Casey Kane, and Jimmy Johnson all blew up running first, second, and third. Nose deflates like Squidward's. Junior was driving a Superman car.
That's the white flag. I think Truex is sending that shit.
All damn 3 of them. Junior, Kane, Johnson, 1, 2, 3. All blew up. All fucking blew up. And Greg Biffle won.
Out of back straightaway. Truex is tired of chasing him around on these
I was so
straightaways
salty.
and drafts, so just let him go to the bottom of the racetrack.
This is going to be very tough for 19. I think
They were about even that lap.
It's that dirty air.
Closer you get, the harder it gets.
This is just like it was
for the 19. Right there.
But if he can get through his bumper, I think he's going to send his ass.
Car lengths or 8 car lengths, he starts to struggle with that dirty air as well.
Truex doesn't race that way, though.
Remember I said last week, like, man, Busher could win again before the playoffs. I think I was like,
this just makes me wonder about earlier.
Well, fourth.
But you would think
Brad should have won Atlanta. The first Atlanta, and maybe the second if it didn't rain. 2 to go.
Now 2 to go.
Damn it. I hate
Truex just close enough to make it scary. I'm confident Busher will hold on, but Truex is right there.
He sent that thing.
Oh my God. The way he came off too. Oh my God.
Down
This
the
turn
back
right
stretch.
here.
They'll only do it
I
one
think
more
this is where
time.
it's decided.
As they go through 3 and 4, the gap still right around 2.
Truex got. Is it going to carry off the corner though?
Cost him a little bit in the corner, but a little bit of speed down the
1 to
stretch.
go.
Not enough.
Ooh, Truex going to throw everything he's got into this lap.
Take his line.
Taking his line.
Here at Michigan. Will this be number 7?
When was the last lap pass at Michigan?
Or
I want to say 2009.
Chris
Busher.
hang on and go back after winning on a short track
Oh no. Truex is close enough now.
What will the 19 try? To the bottom of the racetrack he goes. He's closed the gap.
Not enough.
No.
Got it.
Just block. Just block.
He goes back to back.
Chris Busher just won 2 in a row. Look how close that was. 2 in a row.
Damn, he doubled his wins in 2 weeks.
He doubled his career wins in 2 weeks. He'd only won 2 before this.
Brad, fourth? Damn, fifth ain't even got that yet.
It's Larson.
There it is.
I finished 3rd and 5th. I wasn't that far off today.
Won here at Michigan.
Harvick got another top 10 with a mediocre car. Eric Jones top 10.
Chris Busher and a very
We're at 6th.
ecstatic crowd.
That was a good day for a lot of guys that needed it, and a bad day for several that didn't.
All right, Brad.
Brad's got to get it going now. Come on, Brad.
I think you can win Bristol.
Darlington, because he's won Darlington before.
Well, I'm picking Truex.
I'm not picking RFK car to win Bristol.
Yeah.
I should have last year, because in my driver intros video, we were sitting right there, and I said, Chris Busher, I'd bet on him tonight. That's a good long shot. And then he won.
Dominated and hit the fucking wall.
Took over 20 hours.
Yeah. No, Brad had a flat, hit the wall. They didn't throw a caution. And then Bill did the same thing. Caution! After Brad was already 2 laps down. That's a race win diecast, finally.
Setting a chrome number. Oh, it's 6.
Monday. Chris Busher
That's a race win diecast I would want.
He should celebrate after beating Martin Truex Jr., who this
3 of his 4 career wins have not come on a Sunday.
Is my new job going to inspire me to start getting more diecasts? I don't know.
Advance Auto Parts.
Only one I've ordered.
They're so cool, man, but they're so expensive. You got Vangesbergens, yeah.
Only one I've ordered.
Before Chris won last week, Ford had 2 wins on the season. Now they've gone back to back. I think that answers the question if Ford has.
Roush has reclaimed Michigan.
We call them the best Ford team in NASCAR right now.
Right now, it's not even close. It's not even fucking close. Because Penske is all over the place. Stewart Haas is non-existent, and Penske's all over the place. So it's definitely RFK. Hey, Denny Hamlin. You race clean, and sometimes you win, and sometimes you lose. Take lessons from Truex. Truex has never raced anybody like a dick. Truex got sideways and just said, well, almost spun out there. I'd have been like, God damn it! He handled it better than me. I'd have got mad as fuck, but not at Busher. I'd have just been like, God damn it! Truex even kind of threw shade at Denny after Pocono. Truex finished 2nd or 3rd that day and saw what Denny did to Larson and was like, yeah, it was dirty, but he won, didn't he? Ah, told you it was Greg Biffle. I know things. I have the power to remember.
At Jack Roush's home racetrack, the crew coming in for a hug as well for Chris Busher, who goes back to back.
What a legend.
As you mentioned, Rick, 9 straight for Ford here in MIS.
And he's good at road courses.
Yeah, he is.
Welcome back. It's been all of 8 days, right? So
I hope he goes
congratulations on the back-to-back
Well,
wins. Brad said earlier this week, that's the next step.
Cup champion Chris Buescher? Question mark.
This weekend.
Yeah. I mean, that was our plan, right? That's what we got to do every weekend.
You know,
So,
Brad's jealous as fuck.
first off, just
He's got to be. He's happy, but he's also mad. I could tell after Richmond last week. He was happy, but it was also mad. Because Brad gave Richmond away. Kinda. Buescher was catching him.
In practice qualifying, this team gave me a great car again, and had to work for that one too. And
Buescher will push him to a win at
car racing there at the end.
And Bubba's team fucked him again on strategy. They get 18th. They did score. They got a lot of stage points.
Where did Cole Custer 25th?
Bubba was second in stage 1, fourth in stage 2, but they finished 18th. That's like the third week in a row they've gotten stage points and finished outside the top 10. They were 11th last week. They were like 12th at Pocono.
You know, if Reddick's crew didn't shit the bed, that would have been a crazy.
Yeah. What a shame.
Yeah.
If only 2311 knew what they were doing with Ford.
Bad teams make bad mistakes.
Everybody's home track on our team but me, so it's a cool victory here.
Brad won Michigan as a team.
Missing my wife, she hasn't been the last 2 wins.
When is the last time RCR won at Bristol? Kevin Harvick, 2005? No. I was wrong. Jeff Burton, 2008. I changed my answer, Yuki. Jeff Burton, 2008. Last time RCR won at Bristol.
For you, Brad finishes 4th today. Your boss man. What kind of statement is that? Is RFK saying, "Hey, we're the best
car owner Brad?
Jerry right now"?
He got 4th.
I mean, results do it, right?
A repeat winner and a 4th place finish, he'll take it. Because if you haven't won yet, you just don't want any repeat winners, or you don't want any new winners. You want repeat winners.
We got road races coming up. I'm excited for those too.
Brad's really good at Watkins Glen.
That momentum that
this is a heck of a time to get turned on.
If they stay this good, Brad can win Watkins Glen because he should have won it at Penske a couple times.
The rain's fucking coming, boys.
RFK, rain's fucking coming.
Well, that's true because they won today, and what's been going in Michigan? It's been raining.
Kyle Busch is the real winner. He was the first guy back to North Carolina.
He was there yesterday.
Yeah, he wrecked yesterday. So at least he didn't have to stay overnight in Michigan. I salute you, Chris Buescher. Salute you, RFK.
Well, I wouldn't say Ford. I would say RFK.
Yeah.
Got that shit turned around.
Well, they are peaking at the right motherfucking time.
We'll see y'all later. We're out. How is Harvick highest Ford in the point standings? I won't last much longer with the role that Buescher and Brad are on. So.
Brad's got like 2 plus 200 probably.
Yeah. At this point, yeah, he's locked in.
That's a lot.
With 3 races left, he's 4 spots ahead and that many points. I'm pretty sure Brad's locked in at this point. If my math's not incorrect, but I am from North Carolina.
There's people like Ricky above him and,
Yeah.
bums like that. Although I'm
Later.